Well, after months of discussion, the prison task force has finally made its recommendation for a new men's prison to be built in Sioux Falls. However, the South Dakota Department of Corrections wants to continue to show the public why a new prison is needed. And today, KELOLAND's Lauren Solik was one of 8 journalists allowed behind the prison walls for a tour of areas that we haven't seen in recent memory.
In February, KELOLAND News was invited on an exclusive tour of the South Dakota State Penitentiary. However, our news crew was only allowed to film in certain areas of the prison. Today, myself and 7 other journalists were given a tour that was similar to that given to the members of the Project Prison Reset Task Force.
You know, there's been a lot of discussion about what goes on inside the institution. There's been a lot of discussion. We've heard feedback from offenders saying that we don't need a new institution, or family members of offenders saying that we don't need a new institution. Yet I wanted for all of you to see, I wanted you to see what the staff have to do, what the staff have to endure, the linear design of the facility.
We weren't allowed to have cameras or recording devices on the tour. However, photos were taken for us as we walked through the prison. In this photo, you can see our tour lined up in a tight hallway just outside a cell block on the 5th level of East Hall.
It's all straight up. There's no elevators. It's all steps. And as I said on the tour, the trays, their meal trays, get carried up all 5 flights by our staff. The medication boxes to deliver meds cell to cell, they all get carried up those stairs.
This photo was taken looking down one side of the 5th floor, where there are 20 cells with each holding 2 inmates. We were also taken to one of the shower rooms, where there might be 120 inmates at once, 60 showering and 60 waiting, but only 2 correctional officers. We were told the steam from the showers also often block the view of the security cameras. We also saw the basement rec area that includes a gym and weight room. One major concern for Wasco in this area is that the windows, like the one you see here, are made of regular glass that can easily be broken by inmates. As we walked through the prison and its work areas, Wasco wanted us to keep in mind one sentiment she shared with us both before and after the tour.
The benefit was for everybody to see what we've been talking about, to see what the legislators saw when we took them through. And as I said, you know what, it's not going to get any worse than it is. The only thing left for it to do is to fall over.
In Sioux Falls, Lauren Solik, KELOLAND News.
Following the tour, Secretary Kelly Wasco took questions from the media. Now, tomorrow night on KELOLAND News, we're going to hear from Wasco about the prison task force recommendation and what she'd like to see in a new men's prison facility.